A goalkeeper who carries his opponent off the field, this fan of the opposing team who wanted to comfort the crying Neymar, and Messi, who did something really special when Argentina won the World Cup. Here are 30 moments of respect and fair play in football. For example, this one, when the player refused to score a goal because the goalkeeper was injured. It would have been so easy to score, but hey, a fair gesture. The player kicked the ball out of play. Haaland also showed class here. Before the match, all the City players took off their jackets and threw them on the ground. Only Haaland didn't. He handed his to the staff member. And we've got more. This player, for example, did something really nice for this referee who had just officiated his final match. But first, off to Istanbul. United play Galatasaray in the Champions League in 2023.
Bruno Fernandes again, and here's Garnacho.
Garnacho scores and then makes a provocative gesture towards the Galatasaray fans. And what did Captain Fernandes do? He pulled him away and told him to stop provoking. He also apologized to the fans, just like Anthony. You really shouldn't get the Turkish fans riled up against you. Our number 27, a really fair gesture from the then United player Rashford. Instead of exploiting the Dortmund player's injury, Rashford stopped and checked whether his opponent was okay. A classy moment from him. Here too a big fair play moment from Freiburg's Grifo. Everyone thinks, that's a penalty. But Grifo immediately waves to the referee, no, not a penalty. And that even though they were 0-2 behind, the Frankfurt players thanked him and the ref gave him a thumbs up.
Ich habe auf dem Spielfeld nicht gedacht, dass mich getroffen hat und deswegen wollte ich gleich zeigen, dass es kein Elfmeter war.
Now, to a really lovely gesture from Ankara player Morutan. A fan threw a water bottle onto the pitch and Morutan protected his opponent. That could have ended badly. Luckily, everything turned out fine here. And while we're in Turkey, another really great gesture in a Galatasaray U14 match. Foul and penalty, but the 13-year-old Beknaz thought, hey ref, that wasn't a penalty. So he did this. He deliberately missed the goal. We all know these scenes when opponents get into each other's hair over small stuff. But hey, it doesn't always have to be like that. Check out these two. Both fall down and the reaction? A handshake. That's what I call sportsmanship. Now to this great moment in Japan. For over 15 years, Murakami was one of the most popular referees in Japan's J1 league. In 2022, he retired and was sent off with this farewell by the players. And this player took off his jersey, stood in front of him wearing a t-shirt that said thanks for the moments and your smile, and ref Murakami gave one last yellow card. Now that's a beautiful way to bid farewell to a referee. And we've got more. For example, what this little fan did to cheer up crying Neymar. But first, our number 21. Juventus with superstar Ronaldo played a friendly in South Korea, and there, Brazilian Chisinha scored a goal. It looked like Chisinha was mocking him, but shortly after, this scene. Ronaldo is his idol, hence the celebration and the bow. And after the game, there was also a hug from Ronaldo. And speaking of Ronaldo, he always wants to win. But he's a fair sportsman too. For example, when he helped opponent Cavani off the pitch after an injury. And here, another really fair gesture, this time from the opposing team. 2023 Europa League quarterfinal between Sevilla and Manchester United.
Martinez is being helped to the side by the Sevilla players, by his World Cup winning colleagues, Acuna and Montiel.
His national teammates helped him off the field. And Bellingham with a great gesture here too. He's been criticized on and off in recent months because he's had a few little outbursts. But here's a great moment. It was raining and he saw the kid was shivering, so he asked if the kid was cold. That's how you do it, Bellingham. In football stadiums, you often see club logos on the ground or in the tunnels, but many players avoid stepping on them out of respect. Like here, Suarez just manages to sidestep the City logo. Or look at Vinny here, who literally hops over the Madrid logo. Griezmann, however, didn't take it quite as seriously. Goalkeeper mistakes, they often look bad. In this one, even Zlatan felt sorry.
La position de Christophe Galtier en 5-3-2 pose problème à ce PSG jusqu'à cette 24e minute.
A little tap for the keeper to cheer him up. And hey, we've seen fair gestures towards ref and opponents, but how about one for a pigeon? In 2015, Norwich played West Ham, and Norwich are also called the Canaries. And when a pigeon was hit by the ball, Norwich House knew he had to help.
Yeah. Right, well, what a start.
Messi has been lighting up the American Pro League for a couple of years now. Before him, there were other superstars in the US like Schweinsteiger and Ibrahimovic. And when the two faced each other, this scene. Ibra with a tough challenge.
70,000 turned up at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Nobody really knew how many.
And then the nice pad from Ibra and a friendly shove. We're heading to Turkey's second division. During a preseason, Istanbulspor got sad news. 19-year-old Vada was diagnosed with cancer. And what did his teammates do in the first match when they scored? They called him in the hospital to celebrate with him. That's what I call team spirit. Our number 12, another fair play moment. A player preventing his opponent from getting injured.
End product, Robin. I always think sometimes Arsenal are guilty of not producing that end product.
He caught the Arsenal player so he wouldn't land on his head. Now to Italy. Inter played Fiorentina, and in the final minutes you saw Ranieri lying injured on the ground. But many said the injury was fake. Why? So his teammate Amrabat could eat. It was Ramadan and he could only break his fast at this time. Off to the Bundesliga, to a moment when two players showed great fair play. In the foot race, Martinez got injured, but since he still got a touch on the ball, it was a corner. Arnold thought, hey, that's not fair, and gave the ball back. And what did Alaba do?
Well, I suppose there's the right thing to do and there's the wrong thing to do.
He gave the ball back as well. Leo Messi. Everyone wants an autograph or photo with him, and these fans could hardly believe the luck. They were in their car, and suddenly Messi was next to them. So they tossed him the Argentina shirt and asked for an autograph. And Leo stopped for a moment, even though cars were waiting behind, and gave the shirt back. What a moment. Some footballers are tough guys and don't mind if an opponent gets hurt. Not this Newcastle player though. In a challenge, David Silva got injured and had to be subbed. And then after the game, a lovely gesture captured by the camera in the tunnel. But now to the moment when Neymar stood crying on the pitch. World Cup 2022 quarterfinal between Brazil and Croatia. It went to penalties. Brazil lost. Once again, the dream of the title was shattered, and Neymar stood there crying on the pitch. And then Perishic's son came over to console him. Another great moment here. Morata hadn't scored for a few matches, so Captain Ramos decided not to take the penalty himself and passed the ball to him. Look how surprised Morata is here. And the same thing happened with this goalkeeper in the Dutch youth leagues. He made a huge mistake, but then a really fair gesture from the opposing team. The Ajax players came over to comfort him. Sadio Mane, a truly down-to-earth guy usually, and he showed fair play here too. He scored with his hand and showed it to the referee, who after a check with a video assistant disallowed the goal. And hey, listen to Mane. If he points, subscribe to us. We give away jerseys to our subscribers from time to time. Life isn't easy as a ball boy. This one in Porto learned that the hard way. Oof, that hurt. But Porto later invited him to the dressing room. And before we get to Messi at number 1, first to Turkey, where this was a truly great moment from an opponent. This goalkeeper made a huge mistake.
Görkem top istedi kaleye uzaktan vuruş kaleci gol!
The opposing goalkeeper sprinted the length of the pitch to console him. Now that's world class. And for our number 1, the 2022 World Cup quarterfinal, Argentina against the Netherlands. And in the match and the penalty shootout, a monster performance from Argentina's goalie Emi Martinez. When Argentina scored the winning penalty and celebrated, all the players ran to the goal scorer except for one. Messi knew who he had to thank. A great gesture from the captain. And speaking of Messi, if you want to see how good his sons already are at football, then check out this video.